This video will give you rule changes, updates, and other important information about the IESA Golf State Series. My name is Julie Cochran. I am the administrator for golf, and if you have any questions throughout the school year, please shoot me an email at julie@iesa.org. The Board of Directors made several changes to the coaching education requirements. In 2016, all golf coaches must meet these new requirements. To serve as a golf coach, you must be regularly licensed by ISB as a teacher, administrator, or school service personnel, or be a retired teacher or coach from the IESA or IHSA member school, or be a college student coaching as part of the official student teaching assignment, or finally take one of the IESA approved coaching education programs. In addition to meeting one of the criteria listed above, a coach must also be a high school graduate or equivalent and officially be employed by the school board of the member school that they are coaching at. A person with a substitutes-only license must complete one of the approved coaching education courses in order to serve as an IESA head or assistant coach. Any questions concerning coaching education should be directed to myself at julie@iesa.org throughout the school year. In 2015, Governor Rauner signed Senate Bill 7 into law. The legislation focuses primarily on concussion management for middle school and high school levels. The law will not impact current game day concussion-related rules nor the return to play guidelines the IESA and IHSA member schools are required to follow. The law requires schools to form a concussion oversight team or a COT team. The COT's primary function is to develop a return to play and return to learn protocols for students believed to have experienced a concussion. The COT team can contain a range of individuals based on the resources available to the school in their community or neighborhood, but must include one person who is responsible for implementing and complying to the return to play and return to learn protocols. Return to play and return to learn resources information is available on the IESA website at www.iesa.org. Schools are also required to have an emergency action plan established. These plans must be in place for all their interscholastic athletic activities. AnyoneCanSaveALife.org is a great example of an emergency action plan for schools to use when creating their own plan, and we highly encourage you to take a look at that website. A student may not participate in an interscholastic activity until the student and their parent or guardian have signed a form acknowledging receiving and reading information that explains concussion prevention, symptoms, treatments, and guidelines for returning to participation. A student must be removed from an interscholastic athletic practice or competition immediately if they are believed to have suffered a concussion. Upon student's clearance from a treating physician or certified athletic trainer to return to athletic and classroom activity, the student's parent or guardian must provide the physician's written report to their school. In addition, a consent form from the student's parent or guardian must be submitted to the school. Again, forms are available on the IESA as well as the IHSA website. All interscholastic coaches and licensed officials will need to complete an approved training program. Training programs must be completed every 2 years, and this includes head coaches as well as assistant coaches. There are actually 2 approved courses at this time. The IHSA and the IESA have created a course for member schools to meet Senate Bill 7 requirements. The course and test may be found in the IESA and IHSA member school centers. The Illinois Bone and Joint Center also has a class that does meet the law's requirement and can be an in-person class. The next section of slides will deal with the changes to the activity and the state series of golf. The state site for golf will be held at Kellogg Course in Peoria, Illinois on September 17th. If you are interested in volunteering for the state, you can sign up on the golf page of the IESA website. Sectional sites will be held throughout the state on Saturday, September 10th. Assignments may be found also on the IESA website. Boys sectional sites are Ingersoll Golf Course in Rockford, Prairie Vista Golf Course in Bloomington, Eagle Ridge Golf Course in Paris, and Chamboli Golf Course in Petersburg. The girls' sectional sites will be at Seneca Oak Ridge Golf Club in LaSalle, Madison Golf Course in Peoria, and Country Hills Golf Course in Greenview. The number of qualifiers from each of the sites depends on the number of actual sectional sites. For example, the boys sectionals this year, since there are 4 boys sectional sites, the top 18 golfers, including ties, will advance from each site. For the girls, as there are only 3 girls sectionals, the top 24 golfers plus ties would advance. The IESA State Series are not regular season golf tournaments for these assigned sectional golf courses. Therefore, season passes will not be permitted to be used. Golfers will pay a greens fee at the sectional, and this amount is due the day of the actual sectional tournament. No greens fees will be charged to those who advance to the state final. Yardage for the sectional and state tournaments, the boys' yardage will be between 5,200 and 5,600 yards, and the girls will be between 46 and 5,000. Only ties for first place will be broken using a sudden death playoff format. Ties will not be broken for 2nd through 10th place at sectionals and state. Roster information must be completed by September 2nd, 2016. All information must be completed when filling out these forms on the IESA Member Center. First and last name, grade, birth date, average score for 18 holes. Please make sure that your golfers have participated in 18 holes at one time or another so that we can get an accurate 18-hole average. The course that's listed there is the course that the golfer has typically played. Also, please make sure you list your head coach and all assistant coaches, as this will be used by the IESA to hand out golf coaching tags at the state tournament this year. The circle rule applies to sectional play only this year. The circle rule becomes mandatory on a player's second 13 or greater score for girls or 11 or greater score for boys. At that point, the player must pick up their ball and circle the 13 for girls or 11 for boys on their scorecard and move to the next tee. They do not finish the hole that they are on. Again, this is their second 13 or greater hole, or 11 or greater hole for boys. The player is no longer eligible to receive an award or advance to state from the sectional. The circle rule's purpose is to help with pace of play at IESA sectional courses. The IESA State Series will be conducted under the USGA Rules of Golf and the state tournament adoptions as noted in the IESA Terms and Condition. The IESA Terms and Condition can be found on the IESA website Golf Activity page. Addition, each participating school was sent a USGA Rules of Golf rulebook in the initial mailing. A couple of frequently asked questions that we receive here in the IESA office about USGA rules is a player must not start a round with more than 14 clubs, and per USGA rule, a player is prohibited from using a caddy during the state series. This means that a parent cannot carry their bag from one hole to the next or during the hole that they are participating in. So please make sure that your kids have pull carts or golf clubs that they can carry on their own. The IESA does not wish to apply penalties for undue delay. However, we insist that in the interest of all, the pace of play be very reasonable. We believe that it would be unreasonable for a group of 3 players to take more than 15 minutes on average per hole. The first group to start will be subject to being timed if at any point in the round the group is taking more than 13 minutes to complete a par 3, 15 minutes to complete a par 4, or 17 minutes to complete a par 5. Any following group will be subject to being timed if it falls 1 hole behind and it is behind time par. For the entire state series, the coach will be allowed to coach anywhere on the course except the putting green. Coaches must wait until the last player on the green putts out before communication takes place on the next hole. Coaches must not delay teeing off at the next hole, or their group could be subject to penalty. Thank you very much again for viewing the 2016 IESA Golf Rules presentation. If you have any questions concerning golf throughout the school year, you can contact me at julie@iesa.org. Good luck to you all and to all your golfers in the IESA State Series this year. And again, please check out our website at www.iesa.org for all information concerning IESA activities in the state.